Hey guys, what's happening? So, I lost one of my impacts the other day. I don't even know when actually, but I actually need to. I usually typically keep an impact at my house, and I also keep one in my work bag. I mean, I do IT construction, so I mean, I install servers, program firewalls, but I also build like the racks and stuff and install the equipment. But yeah, I wanted to get an impact. I don't know. I was gonna buy a new one, but I mean, I don't know if that's a good deal or a bad deal, but I bought all three of these for $50 on OfferUP. So I don't know if they work. I mean, I can already tell some of them are not in great shape. Like that thing doesn't work. So these aren't the brushless ones, but I actually had the black ones, the subcompact, which was awesome. It was tiny, so I might buy another one of those. I just have no clue where it went. Disappeared on me. But yeah, like I said, I like to keep a set of impacts here in my garage and then also in my work bag. All right, so this one seems like it's newer than this one. So this looks like this looks like my original white. So I have like a black and white one I originally bought. None of these things are brushless. And there's actually debate on like which one's better, brushless or brushed. What I've noticed is that like when you're doing like when I was building that deck up on Big Bear, I made videos about it. The brushless ones would sometimes overheat and shut down. You know, I was driving in like 3-inch deck screws, like hundreds of them. You know, the brushless one would overheat, but where the brushed one wouldn't overheat. So I mean, there's positive and negatives, I guess. But I didn't have a hammer drill. I still had some of the tiny drills. I mean, I do actually have real hammer drills, like gigantic DeWalt hammer drills. So if I'm going to go into concrete, I'm not going to be using this thing right here. I can tell you that for sure. And I have a real DeWalt hardcore like a SDS impact, not impact, but a hammer drill. But I don't know if I'm going to keep these or not. I mean, I don't know if it's a good deal or bad deal. $50 for the lot. I'm going to hook up a battery, see if they even work. Like I said, I might not even keep these things. I'm going to clean them up though. I'm going to ultrasonic clean them. So like I said, I don't even know if they work. These aren't great batteries. These are my old batteries. Alright, so that one works. Pretty dirty. Let's see the drill. That doesn't sound good. I didn't even shut it down. It feels like something's going on here. Yeah, turn it down. Well, I'll take them apart and clean them. But alright, so that one, these two work. This one doesn't sound great, so I'm gonna figure that thing out. Okay, so there's no direction change in this one. I'll say this thing's not working right. Alright, so the idea here was I was going to take them apart and ultrasonic clean the plastic and scrub it and get all the junk off of it. Try to get it as clean as I can. Because I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I don't know. Alright, so as you can see, this is actually the brush unit. See the brushes? So this is not brushless. I'm just seeing how much brush is actually left here. I guess there's some. I mean, I don't plan to use this thing a lot. Alright, so I'm going to take this cover off. I'm going to split the halves. Figure that out. Okay, so screw there. So it should be a bunch of screws. The case is split. Yeah, this thing is kind of a mess. So it's just, like I said, all the screws around it just comes off. And then I gotta get this stuff out of here. Yeah, look how dirty this stuff is. Yep, more screws coming out. Okay. Alright, what is that thing? Oh, it's the clicker thing, the selector. Alright, it goes in there, okay. So I'm going to take all the guts out of this thing. And then clean the body here, all the plastic and everything else around it. I'm going to take this gearbox part next. But I'm going to first get started with the... I'm going to soak this in my ultrasonic cleaner. Alright, I'm just going to get this. I'm going to get some Dawn. Just some regular soap and water, like dish soap, Dawn. So, that's always my favorite part. When you turn the ultrasonic cleaner on, all the dirt just goes right off of it. You probably have to scrub the white. It looks like paint or something on there. Yeah, I think I opened a can of worms here. Yeah, insane amount of like little, what are they called? Planetary gears. So I think the gears I'm going to probably dip in my gasoline or something like that. So, yeah, this is the motor. The motor was, if you look at the motor was caked. So I think I'm going to dip that in the ultrasonic cleaner too. Or gas, I'm not sure. But it looked like it was just, I don't know, this thing was just caked with dirt. Here's the other part of the motor. I think it's called the armature. I can't remember. Rotor, armature. I'm not going to dip this one, just because I don't want to get anything with ball bearings in the water, you know. Ball bearings feel good though, so I am going to dip this though. So I'm just doing my final clean. I decided to put the metal parts in some carb dip, just because I couldn't get the grease wouldn't come off with the ultrasonic cleaner. So I figured this would be a lot. Well, this stuff just like destroys grease, but it's not good for plastic. You know, I don't know for sure, but one of the reasons why this thing had like 0 power is this magnet was so clogged up with dirt and mud and all kinds of stuff that I wasn't getting a good magnetic field. Alright, so it's time to put this back together. Plastic looks pretty good. All the stuff looks pretty clean. Body. I think I'm going to use a little of this Deoxit grease. I'm very light grease, not very much, you know. I mean, I guess I'll also have this. This is a little thick. I don't want something so thick or tacky where it's going to actually slow down to create resistance. There's no videos of this gearbox taken apart that I can see anywhere. I can't even find a diagram. So I'm going to try to go off memory. So I know there were double stack balls. This one in here. So I'll go through each process here. So in case you're doing this stuff, you can see how the gearbox is put back together. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this gently in here. It's going to be difficult, but each of these little holes is a double stack ball bearing. So I'm going to put those back in. See, I loaded it with a little grease. Alright, so what I meant by double stack ball bearing was there was 2 ball bearings, one on top of the other. Look at that. Alright, so next the planetary gear comes in. You can see I use a little grease to keep these in place right here. So I'm actually going to I think this is actually the hammering function. I'm not really sure. I'm going to put some more grease right here. Not a lot, because you don't want to create a lot of resistance in here. Just to kind of lube it. Okay. Now I have to see these are kind of different. I'm guessing the smaller grooves are for the pins and the bigger ones for the hammering action. Because we just lost a bunch of this. Maybe I'll just take this off. Because I got to lube it up anyways. Actually, I got to clean that. Alright, so I'm guessing these a little smaller. See, the grooves are 2 different sizes. This one's bigger, that one's smaller. Well, I'm guessing the smaller one goes on the little shafts. Like, weird interesting how they did that. I don't know for sure, but I think that little weird paw thing that connects the thing is actually the hammering function. It goes back and forth and hammers on it. Alright, so now I got to put these little gear back, put a little grease on them. Okay, excess goes back on. I'm guessing these little parts, they lock into that little spot here in between the balls. I've kind of lubricated everything right now. Okay. Actually, I think I made a mistake here. Put that in here. This comes out. And then this thing comes in right there. Then it goes back in. I was like, what? That doesn't make sense. It was missing a part. So I'm going to grease it up, put it back in. Alright, I'm not sure about this washer right here. But it seems like it would have to go after this. It can't go below. It wouldn't fit down the below section. So put that in here. Okay. Get the oil grease moved in. Yeah, you can see the hammering action. All right. I gotta put this plastic section back in here. Let's see, there should be a key on here. Okay, there it goes. Alright. Yeah, I have this, I don't know if I said I have it in my vise, so in case it doesn't fall over and go everywhere all over the floor. Got the ring on. I think it's the hammering function. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. That cover should come up next. Alright, so this little plastic notch right here goes on this side. Speed changer's right there, it needs to be able to go up. So this brings over like that, and that should come up like that. Speed changer. That's for the the gear drive selection, high and low. Yeah, I wish they had a diagram of this thing actually from Makita. So did have it on hammering function. You can tell because when it picks up slack, then it goes. You can see that right there. Then it goes. So it's that little. I think it's that little paw down below. All right, so. All right, just kind of getting the gears greased up here. All right, hopefully this will go. The only thing I'm not 100% sure was that big flat washer, but it seemed like it made sense down here. You know, so far, one of the most difficult things to figure out was where this little leaf spring went. That little metal spring goes right in there, and actually that's what clicks this into place, the hammer drill function. Okay, I think I got it back in place. Alright, let's put the cover on real fast, see what happens. Alright, here goes nothing, so I don't really know what's going to happen right now. Obviously, the amount of time I spent on this thing, I could have just bought a new drill. But this is actually kind of fun, just restoring things. That's how you figure out how things work. Take them apart, see how they work. Alright, let's see. Is this going to work or not work? I have no idea. Yeah, hear the motor now? I mean, it was so clogged with dirt, you know? This is not even a good battery either. Alright, no gear work. Alright, this is what I'm nervous about. It's a hammering function. If I can get it even to go. Actually, do I need to? Oh, I need to. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. I didn't know how that works. So when you push in, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've always used my big SDS hammer drill. This thing right here. All right. So when you're in one. Oh, I guess that's some. It's not. Okay, in drill, there's no clutch. Okay. Alright, so last thing we do is spray it down with some silicone, and that's going to make all that plastic shine, rubber shine, that soak in. It will dry after a while. It'll actually soak into all the plastic. I'll rub it all down. Plastic if it's been really dry. So you can see like the silicone just soaks right into it. Yeah, I learned this from the RC car days. You know, it's such a good thing for like restoring plastic. Once you clean your RC car, the plastic would be all dull, and if you'd spray it down with silicone, it would make it all look new again. Alright, that's it. So, works pretty good. Yeah, that silver paint that you see in the pictures, it's actually just actually paint. Originally I thought it was metal, but it's actually just paint. So, alright, so, yeah, got missing the other one, but yeah, so I guess, you know, $50 for all three of those things. So it's like $16 each. Alright, cool. Hopefully this video helped somebody. Yeah, I didn't see any pictures of the gearbox open, so. Alright, cool.